Will Bush with Osmosi here, and in this video, we're going to cover how you can use our data to inform your short-term investments in the pharmaceutical and biotech market. And short-term, we're looking at 2 to 4 week window. This video is primarily for the quants. It's based on catalyst events, and catalyst event in this case being an actual clinical trial start. Our accuracy on this is pretty solid though. There's a lot of noise in this marketplace, but we feel like we've pulled out a thread of some of that noise in a way that we can really explain and understand and predict. So this could have use cases also for the fundamentals out there. So let's walk through some of the data and show you how we do it. Okay, when you're backtesting our data, we're going to also give you the Python code you need to extract out of our over 100 plus data elements that we have in our data set and get you right to being able to analyze the data you need to fit your investment strategy. So in this example, we pull out the data that really describes these clinical trial starts and our predictions. Every day, clinical trials start, and we make predictions over a lot of those in terms of whether or not they will outperform against the rest of the pharmaceutical and biotech marketplace or underperform. We're seeing that around these catalyst events, there's a lot of hype, a lot of hope, and sometimes lack thereof for companies when they're making announcements about these. Now, an important note to make here, there are a few dates. There's the study start date. In this case, it's the 30th. And then the PCD, that's the primary completion date, not as important in this analysis. And then there's the LUP date. That's the last update posted date. That's when our clock starts ticking, not the 30th when the clinical trial is officially underway. So in this case, you can see we predicted it would outperform, and you can see our confidence interval along with that. You'll receive about a half dozen of these every day. Now, on the 23rd, there were only 2 that popped up, and you would receive these actually the next day, the day after posting. So with that, let's talk about how well does this play out. In the top table here, these are the results for trials that were started and posted in August of 2021 and the results that played out over the next 28 days or so. So let's start with our outperforms. Our outperforms that came up in August, we predicted 108 outperforms, 85 actually outperformed. And when they outperformed roughly 13% in growth overall, and roughly 12.09% in relation to that biotech and pharmaceutical index that we've put together. And you can see average time to peak is around 17 days. Now, we know not everybody's going to be able to get out right at the peak there, but with that 13% or that 12% relative cushion, we think you've got a little bit of room. Even when you're not doing it perfect, you're going to be able to make some money here. And let's look at our shorts. On our shorts, we predicted 70 underperforms, and of those 69 actually underperformed. And you could see our relative and our absolute impact there as well. Overall accuracy of our August predictions of just over 86%. And how well does that play out against the last 2 years of data? And you can see the bottom row is what I just walked you through. And you can see in general, though, in that last column for accuracy, we're covering about 80% accuracy on average. So it goes up and down. And you can see also that our returns are fairly consistent with what I just showed you just for last month. So this is a consistent thing. We're feeling pretty solid on our accuracy. We'd love to hear back from you in terms of what you'd like to see in terms of indexes and benchmarks for us to use. We're going to build that into our white paper. In the meantime, do check out our other video, because what we do is we take a portfolio approach to the same technique. And we're imagine if you get one company in the last 2 weeks that started 3 clinical trials, all predicted to outperform, you might want to lean into that one a little bit more heavy than maybe another company that had a mix of a few of those. But this data alone, taking this forward, you can see solid results, and we're certain you guys will be able to build your own strategy out on that further. Thank you.